Hey, all my friends, relatives, and cousins. Today, I wanted to do a brief video showing you guys how and why I decided not to use a stop loss, at least not to use a physical stop loss. So, when I first came to the market this morning, I always look at the market between 8 and 8:30 to see what it's looking like overnight during the pre-market. Well, when I looked at it, I saw and I drew in this resistance line, these dotted blue lines here, and the dotted blue line here. That's my support, that's resistance. And that is just before the market opens. Now, you guys, we're looking at a 2-minute chart. So this means that every 2 minutes, the candles are going to change. So right at 8:30, I noticed this candle shot up. It shot right up immediately. Now, it was above my 9 EMA moving average. It was above the 20 moving average, and it was above the 200-day moving average. So I knew that I was going to do nothing but calls and look for call options this morning. So where you see this line that I put in to show you, this yellow vertical line, is where I got into the market at 8:36 a.m. this morning. And I took a 671 call at $56 per contract. Now, I did not put in a stop loss because I said to myself, if the market reverses on me and goes below my support line right here, I'm going to automatically close the trade. And what can happen sometimes when you put in a stop loss, sometimes this candle, it looks so solid right now, but during the course of that 2 minutes, it's going up and down before it finally closes. And sometimes when I have a physical stop loss in place, it will go down, stop me out, take me for 10, 20, $30, depends on where I have my stop loss per contract, and then continue up. So today I decided to operate without that stop loss. I didn't want to be shaken out, and I was not worried about the $56. I said to myself, the most I can lose would be $56 per contract. So trading one contract is only 56 bucks. Trading two contracts is like 112 bucks. So you trade the amount that you are not afraid to lose. When you do it that way, you don't necessarily have to have a stop loss in. You buy an option contract at the amount that you have no fear of losing, and then you can just ride it from there. So that's what I decided to do today. And as you guys can see, it wrote it from $56 a contract all the way up to this other line where I put this line in so you could visually see it. I wrote it all the way up to $1.08. That's 108 per contract. So that's a 95% increase in profit and $52 per contract in cash. So I increased my account by 95%. Not my account, I'm sorry. I increased the amount that I put in by 95%. So that's almost 100% profit in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So that's how the market worked for me today. Right up in here where I'm pointing to, I decided to get out, close the trade, take my profits, and move on. Now, when we are looking back in this little area, I had already had my resistance line in place, showing this was the last weekly high. So in actuality, I could have taken my profits right here, but the lines, my EMAs were still separated, and I decided just to hold and see what happens. So during this 6 minutes, remember this is a 2 minute chart, 2, 4, 6. It just went down a little bit and then it increased, broke above last week's high, and continued up to here where I finally took profits. Again, that's a 95% return on my money, and it was good for $52 per contract in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I did not use a stop loss. I just traded with the amount of money that I was not afraid to lose. And we came out smelling like a rose. So that's another way that you can trade. I hope this video is helpful, and you can see that you can trade without a stop loss if you use the amount of money that you are not afraid to lose and just trade from there. The only caveat to this is it has to be a trend going up or a trend going down. If it's going just sideways, you don't want to do that. You don't want to trade it anyway. And especially you would want to have a stop loss in place. But if there is a visual trend going up or going down, you can try that strategy without a stop loss and just cover yourself and not worry about the small amount of money that you may lose, and go for as much of a win as you possibly can. So have a great week. The week has started off good, and look for another video coming soon. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to trade, but I would like you to share these videos with other people that are looking for other ways to make money. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.